I mean, Cleveland is in a good space right now. Definitely seeing a lot of like activity on all different levels of art, and that's what's awesome right now in the city. Is like not even just music; it's all levels of art. It's really like thriving right now. Painting, clothing, digital, like videographers, music. But I think it's a hot time right now. A lot of people are doing their own things, and I think the future is super bright. Like we got a lot of, I would say, people who are OGs in the game now. We got people who kind of been doing their thing and are still getting like established, and then a lot of young cats like hungry and ready to get going and making their own brands and kind of still finding their way. So I think the future's super bright. There's a lot of good stuff to come, and I'm hearing a lot of good music in a lot of different genres, which is cool. Definitely anime. Definitely anime.
No, like give me your top 3 animes.
Oh man, well, like number one is definitely Naruto. Just, you know, the classic. I got it tatted on me, so you know that's just real. Then I'm a super big Bleach fan, even though I haven't finished the series. I don't know. That might be more top 5, top 3. Oh, definitely Death Note is like one of my top 3s. And I'm gonna go like this: Naruto number 1, Death Note number 2, and a new coming in on the block favorite, Seven Deadly Sins at number 3. I just love that series. It's really cool. Y'all check it out, dude. It's a banger. Meliodas is the GOAT.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, like, put my faith in God first. You're not in control of everything. Like, when things don't go your way, you gotta, like, understand that, like, that's just kind of how it was meant to be. You don't have control over everything. Everybody, like, say, like, manifest. Like, definitely you can manifest. Definitely, like, speak things into existence and do it. But when things don't go your way, you also gotta know to put your trust in God, because He has a path. So you kind of got to have that balance for yourself. I feel like when shit goes bad, you got to turn to whoever or whatever your God is and be like, yo, what's my path? What am I supposed to do with this? And that kind of helps me find my, like, inspiration or happiness to get back on track and get back to grinding. But besides that, just, like, stepping away from music sometimes isn't always a bad thing. Like, getting your mind right first before you step in the booth is always important. Like, you got to be in a healthy mental position, and really, like, I do that by exercising, eating well, meditation, yoga, aromatherapy, stuff like that. Like, that helps me personally, like, find my balance. But it's been a rough year. 2020 has definitely been a tough year for musicians, but there's light at the end of the tunnel, you know what I'm saying? We're getting back to having some type of shows now and having different events, and people are adapting with the online streaming and everything. So there's still money to be made and still success to be had out here in the music industry.
Yeah.
First things first, as a producer, the first thing you got to know is you don't know anything. Like, you don't know everything, you don't know anything. Like, you know what you know, but it's a very limited amount of shit that you actually know in the grand scheme of things. So you got to always be having an open ear and having an open mind to what could take your shit to the next level. Don't just settle and be like, well, I found this and this works good for me. Like, be willing to experiment and try different shit. That's definitely important. Don't think you know it all, because you don't. There's a lot of shit you got to learn about your shit still, I promise you. Even me. And besides that, I would just say, don't be afraid to just get some. Like, you don't always have to be around your homies when you're producing. Like, your best time is spent by yourself, just you and your laptop with no one else around you. That's when you're going to discover the most about yourself as a producer. I feel like when you have that time, when you're just by yourself and you just start playing with some knobs on different plugins and just trying weird shit, like, that's when you're going to have that breakthrough that you're going to be like, damn, I discovered some new shit. That's definitely, like, the time. So really just getting in the lab by yourself and just trying weird shit. That's, like, the best advice I could give you. Take a plugin, do something you never did with it before, and just see what comes out of it. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I mean, man, there's definitely, like, some big people I'd like to work with, but like, a secret hidden collaboration I'd love to do is collab with Billy Joel of Green Day. That's, like, one of my biggest artist inspirations, so I'd love to like work on something, whatever it would be, or and really anybody in Green Day, but Billy Joel is like a big inspiration to me. So I'd like to like collaborate on some genre bending shit with him, and then like somebody else just really dope. I fuck with Smino super heavy. Like I think he is like one of the craziest cats out right now. I'd love to do something with him. Amine too. Like he's one of my personal favorites. Like that's just really going hard right now. So those are some people I'd like to collab with.
Yeah.
So basically, like the name Invasion was created a couple years ago when I was just like, I was working on some like custom clothing because I'm also into that as well, and that was something that like I'm still into a little bit, but I was definitely going hard at it like 3 years ago, and that's when I actually came up with the name because I was just working on clothes and I was working on music, and I was like, I need a brand that's gonna represent my clothing that's not necessarily Adi Ray, because Adi Ray was already a thing, and I needed something that was just gonna represent like what I was going for. So I came up with the name Invasion, and it was really just something I was putting on the clothes, and I was just repping myself like Invasion is like my takeover. But it really didn't become something big until I basically created the team, mainly like Beamer becoming a huge role in that and really like help. And it was basically me, Beamer, and Curly Chuck kind of came to an agreement of like, we gonna really take off with this shit and we're gonna brand Invasion as like the name behind it. And then we said, okay, we gonna go crazy with this shit now. And that's how it came to be for real. What's next for me is definitely Invasion Studios 2.0 right now. That's all my mind's on. It's just making this next studio. Gonna be the best studio in Northeast Ohio, period. Take that down. Best studio in Northeast Ohio, I promise. And just building that. We're doing the renovations right now. It's gonna be super sick. And then expanding the brand 2021, like just getting it heard in more places, more ears and eyes on us, getting our artists heard by more people, digital marketing, and really just tapping in with the fans. And it's gonna be interesting to give them content as Rona is still here in a thing. So just trying to like come up with creative content ideas to keep giving the fans shit. And that's really it. The studio, the content, keep expanding.
Mm-hmm.